Hello to everyone. So here I am in Studio B in Athens and I have an idea for a new project. I'm going to use an old tape cassette recorder. It's a National Panasonic from the 70s that has a fairly lo-fi sound, which I find interesting actually. So I'm going to record acoustic instruments to the cassette tape recorder and then make some loops from them, uneven loops, I think for some maybe polyrhythmic stuff, we'll see how it goes, which I'm going to further process in the computer with some effects. For this project, I'm going to use an old upright piano, a cello, an acoustic guitar, and a small glockenspiel. I'm going to record everything on the National Panasonic cassette tape recorder through its integrated microphone, and then I'm going to play back everything through a microphone and record back to the computer. Then I'm going to make some loops and maybe a bit of further processing with some effects, mainly delay and reverb, I think. I think it would be a very interesting project. Let me guide you through the whole process. Let's find out. So I found an old cassette, it was empty, no recordings in it, and I put it in the recorder. I started with a piano. It's an old German upright piano, which is in the living room, so I had to move the equipment there to do the recordings. And I just played some random notes in the general key of C major. When that was finished, I came back to the studio to record the new instrument. So I put the cassette back in and started recording the cello. As a cellist, I have many instruments lying around. I have 2 celli in Frankfurt, and there is also 1 cello in the studio in Athens. So I played some notes there too, in the C scale. Then I moved to the next instrument. That is a small glockenspiel, for children actually, but it sounds nice and it can give like a really dreamy atmosphere, especially with reverb, as we'll see later. There's no proper ambient piece without lots of reverb and delays. Next instrument was the acoustic guitar. Okay, I don't play the guitar, but I just tune it in such a way so I can play a C chord with empty strings. And this is how the recordings sound when played on the cassette recorder through its integrated loudspeaker, which is a little bit dodgy, I would say, because I noticed that some louder notes had the tendency to distort a lot, but still I managed to find some cleaner ones and I made my loops with them in the end. Also noticed the nice wow and flutter of the old cassette recorder. That's also interesting. It gives some kind of a instability to the sound, but it sounds cute, also in my opinion, of course. So I recorded everything through the Rode NT1A microphone back to the computer, and we'll see now how I made my loops. As I said, the loops are uneven, so that means they don't have the same length, because I found that a little bit more interesting. So each loop repeats itself in a different interval, and we can actually hear the different loops playing right now without any effects at all. And to make things a little bit more interesting, I've put an autopan effect to each loop with a slightly different timing. And then the main effects that I used are Replica XT by Native Instruments for basic delays, and Valhalla Supermassive for those huge ambient reverbs. On the master channel, I used a compressor to glue the things together a little bit, plus more reverb that applies to the whole mixdown, and in the end, the soft tube tape emulation to add that extra oomph. So, let's enjoy the piece now with a small cinematic video. So, it was much fun doing this project. I hope you enjoyed as well. See you in the next one. Bye!